Hi everybody, I'm back with another episode of Spiritual Warfare. Today's topic will be spiritual warfare and how it affects the divine consciousness. So let's just right off the hat get into it. Spiritual warfare is comprised of any low vibrational frequency, and it can come from the living or the spiritual realm. The spiritual realm consists of energetic entities that like to lower our frequency by exacerbating our weaknesses or inflicting us with, physical problems by projecting really, really bad frequencies of energy. Demons, for example, they can either be sent to you or they find you somehow, right? They target you and they try to project really bad frequency energy at you to create health problems, mental illness, emotional illness, physical ailments, bad luck, lack of manifestation, blockages. They just seek to put blockages in your energy. Thank you, Spirit. But that's what they do. That's what their whole purpose is to just put blockages in your energy. That way you can't function from a high frequency, a high elevated consciousness. Another example is a spiritual parasite, and they attach themselves to your weaknesses, to your spiritual weaknesses, exacerbating your problems. So if you have an addiction, your addiction gets worse. If you have a health problem, your health problem gets worse. If you have a mental illness or an emotional illness, those get worse. If you have eating problems, those will intensify. If you have a gambling problem, that will also get worse. So those are just some basic examples of what spiritual warfare can do. Those are some examples of what spiritual warfare is, where it comes from. Another one is metaphysical abuse, witchcraft, which seems to be very prominent. People are abusing witchcraft. Like, really? People actually have the audacity to try to manipulate other people and things. That in itself is a great example of not only ignorance and evil, but it's also a great example of how corrupt the consciousness is getting in the world. People who abuse witchcraft are corrupted, period. Divine masculines and feminines don't seek to control anybody. Karmics are the ones who abuse witchcraft for whatever reason. There's no really good enough reason to abuse witchcraft, but people who abuse witchcraft are contributing to the low vibrational frequency that is spreading across the world's consciousness. It's contributing to the imbalance of the world's what's the word I'm looking for? Out the window. It's making things more chaotic. Okay, it's contributing to the chaos. There you go. So those things are something to be aware of. I don't know what that was. So how do we prevent spiritual warfare from affecting the divine consciousness? Is that even possible? It is possible, but the irony is that we depend on each other. And so that's where it starts getting really complicated, because not everybody's going to agree with whether or not spiritual warfare exists. Therefore, you have blockages already in making it possible to address. You can't address an issue unless you're willing to acknowledge the problem. But that's the source of chaos going on, is that people aren't aware, or they don't want to acknowledge the fact that spiritual warfare is real. Therefore, we can't solve the problem. But if you want to be positive and you want to be promoting healthy, if you want to be positive and promote a healthy world, you have to address the problems and find solutions. You can't just ignore the problem in the name of positivity and expect it to go away. Positivity is being able to transmute the problem into a solution. So that's what we need to do in order to address this this energetic imbalance going on. Promote a healthy environment. Come together to solve our common issues through logic, love, and healthy boundaries. Promote healthy boundaries and logic to overcome our chaotic issues. But we all have to want to. The only way to prevent spiritual warfare is if we actually all became aware of it and did our part to prevent it through becoming healthier mentally, emotionally, and physically. We are also in a very severe chapter of global change. So we have a lot of problems we're dealing with too, which is also making us more vulnerable to spiritual warfare. Environmentally, politically, socially, and culturally, we are going through a lot of chaotic change. So in order to get through all this chaotic change and find solutions, we have to work together and acknowledge all of the negative influences that are preventing us from doing so, and promote a divine consciousness of logic and common sense, really. What do we need to do to solve our problems together? So there you have it. You know, it's all about how you deal with things, and people need to start dealing with things better if we want to make this world a better place, because everything affects everything. The divine consciousness is aware of that. As long as we are healthy, our environment will be healthy. As long as our environment is healthy, we will be healthy. You know, we have a eternal bond and relationship with nature, and we have to preserve the divine order and divine spiritual body that preserves life and balance and growth and healing throughout the planet. But we can only do that if we know how to deal with things properly and not give in to the temptation of our hatred, of our jealousy, of our control, and that low vibrational frequency of ego, which contributes to spiritual warfare. So with that said, I hope that this video helped you. I will be adding links below regarding how to recognize spiritual warfare in your life, how to prevent it, what are the symptoms of spiritual warfare, how does spiritual warfare affect the global society, and how does spiritual warfare contribute to the chaos in the world. Okay, so I'm going to be posting links about those down below this video, and stay strong, stay positive, okay? Stay positive. Transmute problems into solutions. Positivity, guys. That's what positivity is. Transmute issues into solutions. You can do it. And I'll see you on the flip side. You know, who knows what's going to happen right now. Just stay positive, stay logical, stay reasonable, and stay in control of how you respond to things, okay? That's a big one. And until the next time, take care, and you are loved and cherished by creation. Never forget that. And remember, thou shalt not let any weird-ass energy penetrate the aura.